Hello guys, and we are here today with an amazing deck. We have here our normal pendulum deck. So this is going to be a really awesome deck. It is actually a double whammy because not only do we have our normal pendulums, we also have here Crimson Dragon, we have the Ultimate Zulkin. So the normal pendulums can easily make this card, which is actually kind of surprising. But yet when you look at its requirements, you can kind of understand why this deck can just make it a little bit easier than a lot of other decks. Anyways, so let's just go right in. There isn't a lot to explain with a lot of these cards. There are normal monsters. So Frostosaurus, he's a 26 speeder and he's level 6, so that works well for a level 6 tuner. Then we run one Summoned Skull. We should be running another Frostosaurus, but it's Summoned Skull, and he looks amazing in this artwork. So, yeah, I'm gonna run one Summoned Skull, just for why not. Then we run 3 Lance Furioris. This is our first Pendulum monster. Its Pendulum effect is normal monsters can inflict piercing battle damage. So that is really good for us. You're always going to be doing damage. That's very great. And then we have 3 Dragonhorn Hunter. We're pretty much running 3 of all the normal Pendulums, except for the clipboard ones. So that is something to note. All normal monsters gain 2 attacks, so that helps with the piercing, and you take no battle damage from battles involving normal monsters, so that's really well. They get out a monster that's more powerful than yours, and you can't, even with the attack boost, you can't do anything. They can attack over it, and you take no damage. And then if it's a pendulum monster, you can just pendulum summoning it back, so you can kind of just stall and be able to not actually continue on a little bit. Then for our first tuner, we run 1 Labyrite Dragon. He is a 24 defense monster. That's pretty much it. And you use him to make Ultimate Zulkin. Then we run 3 full cards Spellstone Cannon. Oh no, that's its OCG name. It says full cards Cannon in the TCG. And its effect, pendulum effect, is during the end phase it was activated, you can target a face-up spell or trap card and destroy it. So it's kind of good against cards like Emptiness and continuous traps and spells. Then we run 2 Ally Mine. This is a level 5 tuner, and we want to run 2 because even if we can't make Tzolk'in, we can still make a Zeroized Silver Dragon with any of our level 4s. So that is something to note. And also do note, when you're synchro summoning with pendulum monsters, they do go to the extra deck. So that is very, very awesome for us, because then we can just pendulum summon them back. Then we run 1 Alexandrite Dragon, 3 Flash Knight, who has no pendulum effect. He's just a good pendulum scale if necessary. Then we run 3 Dragons of Dracona. This is the new one, and unfortunately there is a bug with this card. You cannot use its pendulum effect, where if a normal monster controller destroys an opponent's monster by battle, after damage calculation, you can add 1 level 4 or higher normal monster from your deck to your hand. Unfortunately, that does not work on Yugioh right now, yet it still helps out the deck a lot, enough where I decided even without it, the deck is still pretty good. And that pretty much means if it was legal, we could search out any of our monsters, so that is very good. Then we want 1 Pot of Wealth. Pot of Wealth is return 3 pendulum monsters from your graveyard or extra deck, and then draw 2. So that is very good, except if you open up with it, it can be cloggy. Yeah, we do have ways to make it so this card is live. 3 Upstart Goblins for consistency. 3 Summoner's Art, so that way we can search out either our tuners or our scales. 2 Night Beams, because I felt that this would be a little bit better, just because they wouldn't be able to activate it, so I decided that Night Beam might be better. If you want, you could run MST, but I'm just trying out Night Beam, because why not? 2 Dualities, because just for more consistency, just so that way we can get those cards to our hands that we need to. And then 3 Heart of the Underdog. This card is very awesome. During your draw phase, when you draw a normal monster, you control 1 more card by showing it to your opponent. And this can continue on, and so you can continuously draw as long as you draw a normal monster. You don't really see this all that often, or get its effect off all that often. We are running 21 monsters and 19 spell and traps, so we do have a little bit more monsters, but this, you just don't see it. It normally gets MST'd, or you get it out and you draw into like an upstart or something. But yet when you do draw into a monster and you draw into another, and you get those 3 cards, that can be very, very useful. And then, while Yugioh Pro won't let me do this, this card can actually help that. You can target 1 card in your Pendulum Zone, destroy it, then draw 1 card. You can only use this effect of Oscillation, Vibration once per turn. There's 2 things I have with this card that Yugioh Pro does that makes me unhappy. The first one is, it only lets me activate this guy during my turn. It won't let me activate it during my opponent's turn, which makes me a little bit annoyed. Because then when they're trying to destroy my pendulum scale, I can't chain this to draw. So that's unfortunate. Yet in real life, you can, I'm pretty sure during your draw phase, again, Yugioh Pro won't let me do this, but yet during your draw phase, you could activate this card, and then if you draw a normal monster, Heart of the Underdog would take over. So this card could help out Heart of the Underdog in real life. On Yugioh Pro, it won't let me do that. It won't even let me chain it to Heart of the Underdog for some reason. I don't know. And then here are 3 cards. This card is pretty much a more powerful Vanity's Emptiness. Activate by tributing 2 normal monsters. Remember, Pendulum monsters will return to the extra deck, so you just go even more plus. Either player can normal or special summon effect monsters. And yeah, then you win. Because all of this in the meta right now is this field with normal monsters, so Tyrant's Throws is very, very useful. Because it's just like you're going up against Burning Abyss. Nope, you can't special summon. You can't normal summon. Tour Guide. You're going up against Clifford. Nope, no killer, no nothing. So you have this card which just shuts down pretty much any deck. When I get this off, most of the time it's game. Like, I haven't seen them been able to get over it. Yeah, I could lose to MST, and a lot of people are running MST because of emptiness. So you do have a little bit of trouble, but yet we do run 3. And even then, by the time they get there, you probably have a decent board set up. In terms of normal monsters. I mean, you can't have that good of a board with normal monsters, just remember that. I mean, you could have a whole bunch of beaters, but yeah, this is the deck. Don't need to say anything bad about it, but yeah, no, it's a fun deck to play, actually. You just can Pendulum Summon, and you can do a lot with it, and it's really unfortunate that this guy is bugged and you can't use his effect, yet he still helps out being a scale or just a level 4 monster, and I really like this deck. It looks to be just a good deck that people might play just because it has Tyrant's Throat and because it can make Ultima Zolka. So let's go right into the extra deck. And as you can probably figure out, none of these guys, except for one of these monsters, can be made in this deck, and that is a Zerai Silver Dragon. This is the only synchro monster you can legitimately synchro into. So, and that would be using Ally Mind and any of the level 4 monsters. So, all these other guys can only be summoned with Ultima Zolkin. And if you don't know this guy's effect, originally when Cybernite released this, it was different. It said level 5 or higher. 2 level 5 or higher at the same level, one of them being a tuner. So I don't have a level 4 dark normal monster. Let me check if there is one actually. Monster, dark, nope, that's light. Oh, why am I there? I should probably be a tuner. No, there isn't even a level 4 normal monster that's a dark. So this is the best you could get with Ally Mind or Labrador Dragon. You just get out on one of your level 6 or level, you get out 2 level 5s, one of them being Ally Mind or Labrador Dragon, one of your level 6, and you can make this guy. Each player can only set 1 card per turn. It's kind of like the Necro Psycho, but yeah, nothing too good or similar. Actually, it's the Necro. I don't know. It sounds like the opposite, yet at the same time it sounds similar, but yet this effect isn't that important. When you set a card, you can special summon 1 dark or light dragon type or machine type monsters with level from 7 to 10 from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. You can only activate this effect of Ultima Zolkin once per turn. Once per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle by card effects. Unconfirmed effect. Unconfirmed. But yet, oh well, Cybernite did say that he made a video saying that this effect was pretty much along it. It was a little bit different. It was more along the lines of, because this won't let me summon out Stardust Dragon, and let me summon out Stardust Spark Dragon, but it won't let me summon out Stardust Dragon. And the way Cybernite worded it was, you could summon out any dragon, 7 to 10. Yet, so we're running for that Moonlight Roach Dragon, which we don't make that often. In fact, I've never have. Michael's great for going to game. Just be careful of milling, because I hate milling, specifically in decks that don't get anything from it. Stardust Spark Dragon, really rather have Stardust, because so many times have I created this field, and then they just excite on night, and it's just like, no. And so Stardust Spark Dragon is not as good as Stardust. Hard Red Dragon Archfiend, again another great card that you can use as to go for game or to clear the field. 1 Beals, which is kind of, seeing how we're running both of the Beals, it's kind of pointless to have this one because he's weaker. And if you're gonna make one, you're probably gonna make this guy unless you need to attack with your other monsters. This guy's a 4000 meter, so it doesn't really matter. Azure Silver Dragon. This is a really good one because one, it has an effect when it's special summon. Dragon type monsters you can currently control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. That's so that protects the Zolkin. Two, so that's very great. And then you can allow, and then you can use it to summon back your ally mind or your Lapidrite dragons or any of your normal monsters, none of the Pendulum monsters. So it lets you make two, and they do stack. You can use. Oh no, they don't stack. But for some reason, I remember seeing a video of Yugioh hack, and they changed via this. Wait, this is what actually says no. So there would be no real point to getting out two because I don't think these would stack. No, I don't think these would stack. I saw a video of them stacking, but that might have just been a bug. But yet, this is still good just to summon out like cards like Processorus, Summon Skull, and getting back cards from your grave. So Azorites is still a really good card. It's one of the ones we make a lot. And then this is the only machine type monster we want. Ally Justice Effect Farmer, whose effect is pretty much if you're facing a light, if your opponent controls a light monster, which a lot of decks do, such as Dante, such as Construct, such as Tellarknights, Foxia, a whole bunch of light monsters in the meta. Send one card from your hand to the graveyard, destroy all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. So it works well against Pendulum decks too if they control a light monster. And then we're running the other Beals, which is, again, cannot be destroyed by battle by card effects. Other monsters you control cannot attack, which is slightly unfortunate. Once per turn, target one monster, its attack becomes 0, and if you do gain life points equal to that monster's original attack. Any battle damage this card inflicts to your opponent this turn is half. So that is just something to note. And yeah, this is really great. This is a really fun deck because its goal is to either use Tyrant Throw and to just screw over your opponent to where they can't play their deck, or to summon out Ultimate Zolkin and be like, I have a whole bunch of synchro monsters at my disposal. I can make Michael, I can make Hard Red, I can make Beals, I can do all this fun stuff and make it really hard for your opponent to play. And so this is just how the deck works, and I'm really glad that something like Ultimate Zolkin can work in normal Pendulums. Like, nobody would have thought that. Specifically with a lot of builds revolving around First of the Dragons, which is a good card. Really good card. Yet I decided not to run that. I decided to just try this build. And there are a lot of other builds. Like, to me, either this build or more of the control build that doesn't run any extra deck and just runs Tyrant Throws and Skill Drain for the most part would be the two good normal Pendulum decks. Yet I really like being able to make Ultimate Zolkin because this card is just amazing. Just being like, I can summon anything from my extra deck except for XP monsters. But yet from these guys, it's really good. And so yeah, this is just the Pendulum, the normal Pendulum deck. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think normal Pendulums are going to be a thing? I mean, that would be really awesome. I mean, they're probably going to receive more support through sneak peeks, maybe just random support every now and then, and who knows, maybe they'll become a thing. I mean, when was the last time normal monsters were a thing? But then again, you gotta remember that these monsters, they aren't really normal monsters. I mean, this has an effect that says normal monsters control like, piercing 200 plus. So it's like they gave normal monsters effects, yet they're still calling them normal monsters. So it's slightly funny on how, and ironic in how this whole deck works, calling itself a normal monster when it's not really a real normal monster. Yeah, this is just the deck profile. Again, tell me what you guys think. I would have done a Burning Abyss deck profile, but unfortunately, let me bring up the Burning Abyss. They have Malaconda, but I don't think Good and Evil has been revealed. No, there was no good and evil in the Burning Abyss, which is the Ritual spell card. So that card has yet to be revealed, so you can't even play the deck online, despite the fact we have Malaconda. Netherlord of the Burning Abyss. Let's just call him Netherlord. His first name is really hard to pronounce. But this card, once we get Good and Evil, I am going to be doing this. Although I do believe there is one card. What is it? Contract? Contract with the Abyss. Ooh, wow, this actually makes sense. Summon any dark monster must tribute monster from your hand whose total level equal to level. So you could run this card. You could run this card if you wanted to. In fact, I probably will make a deck right now using this card. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Maybe I might actually do a deck profile with Burning Abyss now. But yeah, tell me what you guys think of this normal Pendulum. Tomorrow we're gonna have a duel with this deck, and then perhaps Burning Abyss. So yeah, tell me what you guys think. See you guys later. Bye.
Hey, if you could click on the links on the annotation to see the duel with this deck or some of my other videos, that would really help. And check out the links in the description to watch some of me and my friends' videos, and even something that could help make this deck a reality for you. See you guys later. Bye.